Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. To us, OC stands for our community because we believe that our community is stronger when we come together. That's why I thank you for joining us each Tuesday evening on channel 56.10. As you know, this is a bilingual English and Vietnamese program dedicated to educating, empowering, and inspiring our community. And on our show today, we have Mark PAREDES, which he has so many different titles in the community, but he's very active in Clever Care and also the Heritage Museum of Orange County and throughout the community in the Vietnamese community. Hopefully, we'll have a great opportunity to learn about his work and how we can help access education and healthcare. Julie kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV trong chương trình Kiến thức Y khoa Gia đình và Xã hội. Chương trình Kiến thức Y khoa Gia đình và Xã hội là chương trình song ngữ. Julie hy vọng mỗi tuần thứ ba lúc 7 giờ tối, Julie sẽ đem tới thông tin để nói chuyện cho quý vị về cái thông tin rất là quan trọng. Hôm nay mình sẽ nói chuyện về Access to Healthcare and Education. Julie mời được Mark PAREDES. Mark PAREDES là Senior Manager của Heritage Museum of Orange County, cũng là một cái người manager of Clever Care. Mark, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Julie, for having me back. I believe last time we were here, we were discussing some of the opening of our community center, and and I was really happy to say that the center is now open, really serving our Vietnamese American community.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for being here. For those audience who have not met you before, can you tell us a little bit about what you do in the community and some of the organizations and affiliations that you have?
Sure, thank you. Mark PAREDES I'm the senior manager for Clever Care Health Plan's community engagement team. That team is the outreach and arm of the company to better serve our senior community. For those who aren't familiar with Clever Care Health Plan, we're a Medicare Advantage plan that was created to really help the needs of the Asian American communities, primarily because of language. So that was that's one of the drivers of the company. I also serve as the board president for the Heritage Museum of Orange County that serves all of Orange County and many families and children throughout our county.
And I know that your two big interests is really the access to healthcare and education, because a lot of times as we talk in the community, language barriers is one barrier that impacts a lot of family, but also cultural barriers. So how does your team and how does the work in your community help more people access these services?
Sure, it's really important that when you're creating services for the community, that you have staff and individuals that represent the community.
Yes.
So when we hired many of our staff, they come from the community, they speak the language. And in addition to that, we have partnered with many of the organizations that serve the community and that also does have language services. So currently right now, one of the things that we're offering at our centers are doc talks. These are inviting some of our local doctors to really talk about some of the important issues that's happening with our senior community. In addition to that, we're also working and trying to figure out activities that really matters for seniors. So for example, twice a week we do yoga classes at the center.
Okay.
We also offer meditation classes and I think if you're lucky enough on Fridays, our staff leads a line dancing class for our seniors.
You know, what I love about you, Mark, is you're such a connector in the community, because we know each other in so many different capacities, but I think we have so many familiar faces and acquaintances, and you know, we have a shared roster sometimes, right? But what I think your strength in the community really is connecting a lot of our groups together. and creating these opportunities for us to come together to serve our community, whether it's a disability community, the senior community, or just children and families at large. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Julie có thời gian chia sẻ với quý vị cái công việc của Mark Paredes. Mark Paredes là Senior Manager của Clever Care mà cũng là một cái người Board President cho Heritage Museum of Orange County. Clever Care là một cái trung tâm mà là health plan cho giúp cho cộng đồng của mình. Quan trọng nhất là Mark nói đó là cái staff của Mark là Mark mướn người Việt Nam của mình, cái người mà mình quan mến với họ, có thể nói với quý vị về cái ngôn ngữ mà quý vị cần giúp. Thêm nữa về cái công việc của Heritage Museum of Orange County, đó là giúp cho cộng đồng của mình là tạo được nhiều cái chương trình để cho gặp nhau. Mark, you know, with the Heritage Museum, I noticed that there's so many activities that you guys do. So in addition to creating all these classes at healthcare and the community center, you're also creating more opportunities for people to come together at the Heritage Museum. Can you tell me what are some of your interests and your passion in the community?
Yeah, actually, I'm a little bit embarrassed to be here because I think I want to really highlight some of the partners that really do the work. I've worked with your organization, OC Autism, in many events. Worked also with the Asian American Senior Citizen Service Center, Hope Community. These are organizations that are very...
And SoCal.
The Vietnamese... the Vietnamese American of Southern California,
right?
And really, these organizations are the heart of the programs that we're trying to connect people with, and because their willingness to come out and do services, whether it's at the Heritage Museum of Orange County, we've been able to provide services. So recently, for example, just last week, we had this event called From Dinosaurs to People. And, and it really, we had different organizations from the OC Parks, as well as the Asian American Senior Citizen Service Centers there, Mercy Pharmacy doing clinics, like vaccination clinics. And it's really bringing all these community resources in one location so families can have access to them. I think that's really the hard part, especially I think of how difficult things are now, whether it's the cost of food, it's either or just trying to get around, or even going to a place where you can get away from someplace. And so that's where I really want to make sure that if we can offer a place where people can do something with their family, we can also link them up with activities and services that's really needed.
Well, you know, Mark, I think it really shows me that you're a great leader, because, you know, a great leader brings people together, but also not taking credit for everything, for all the success of all the events. But, you know, I think it's really important that we do bring the resources to community and create a center where people feel comfortable coming in and out, or creating events and opportunities, not just for the people that are benefit from it, but also for the families to see it as a family event, to learn more about the programs out there. So thank you, Mark, for doing all that, coordinating everything, and also having such a great team to make this a successful event. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Mark Paredes. Mark Paredes là Senior Manager của Clever Care, mà cũng là cái Board President cho Heritage Museum of Orange County. Julie, hôm nay thấy đó là Mark chia sẻ với mình, với báo cáo với mình đó là cái Community Center là một cái trung tâm giúp cho cộng đồng của mình vừa làm cái lớp yoga, hay lớp cái meditation, họ cũng có rất cái nhiều chương trình để cho quý vị tới tham dự. Mark nói là mỗi tháng cũng có một cái event để cho mình gặp bác sĩ, về có thời gian nói chuyện với bác sĩ with a different specialty. Cái Heritage Museum là một cái center, một cái trung tâm mà lúc mà mỗi người có cái wedding họ tới tham dự, họ tới làm, mà cũng là một cái event mà cái venue Mark hosts a lot of resource center. So sau phòng quảng cáo chúng tôi sẽ hỏi thêm hiểu thêm về công việc của Mark Paredes trong cộng đồng của mình. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả. Go Little Saigon TV.